Assalamu alaikum, young adventurers. Get ready to step into the pages of The Best Playmate, a magical story from the Heavenly Children series. In this book, we'll meet a very special hero, Imam Hussain alayhi salam. During his incredible childhood, he had a heart full of love, and he was the best playmate anyone could wish for. So open the book and let's embark on a journey of friendship, laughter, and endless fun with Imam Hussain alayhi salam. The children quietly waited in their classroom for their teacher. They were dressed neatly and sat with their hands on their laps, ready for Quran class to begin. One student excitedly whispered to another, "I'm sure our teacher has met the Prophet of Allah, peace be upon him." "Oh yes, he must have," his friend replied. "My father says that he was playmates with Imam Hussain alayhi salam when he was young," another boy chimed in. "So he must have seen the Prophet of Allah, peace be upon him," the first student repeated confidently. He could hardly contain his curiosity as they all waited for the teacher's arrival. Just then, the classroom door creaked open slowly. The children sat up a little taller and straighter. Their teacher had arrived. An old wrinkled face peered into the room with warm eyes and a welcoming smile. The students looked eagerly towards their teacher, shyly smiling back. Abu Rafi leaned against the door as he slowly removed his sleepers. As he entered the classroom, the students quickly stood up. "Salamun alaikum," they called out together, respectfully greeting their teacher. Abu Rafi smiled and replied, "Wa alaikum assalam." Abu Rafi walked towards his desk and sat down. Out of respect, the children waited for him to sit first before seating themselves. He began taking attendance by asking for each child's name. "What is your name, my dear son?" he asked one child. The young boy proudly answered, "My name is Hussain." Abu Rafi paused and smiled when he softly whispered to himself, "Hussain, dearest Hussain." He was about to move on to the next child when he heard a quiet voice. "Teacher, is it true that you met Allah's messenger, peace be upon him, and you played with Imam Hussain alayhi salam?" Abu Rafi smiled and replied, "Yes, my dear son, I was Imam Hussein's playmate. We were the same age." The sunlight poured through the window, shining on the tears welling up in Abu Rafi's eyes. The tears began trickling down his cheeks. Wiping them away, he continued with a pang of sorrow in his voice, "He was the best of playmates." One child asked kindly, "Teacher, can you please tell us about your time with Imam Hussain alayhi salam?" Abu Rafi did not hear, though, and the tears kept rolling down his face. He was lost in thought. Again, another child asked sweetly, "Can you please tell us a story about Imam Hussain alayhi salam?" Abu Rafi placed the Quran on the desk. As he looked back at the children, he smiled and asked, "Would you like me to tell you about Imam Hussein's childhood?" The children nodded. "What would you like me to tell you?" One child said, "Tell us about the games you used to play." Abu Rafi laughed softly. "You want to know about our games?" He swallowed hard and continued, "While I was growing up, I used to love playing with him. One of the games we would play was throwing rocks in a hole. After digging a hole, we would take some rocks and try to throw them in the hole. If you missed the hole, the next person had to try hit your rock with his rock. And if he was able to hit your rock, you would have to give him a piggyback ride. Imam Hussain alayhi salam was very good at this game, but his voice trailed off as he chuckled. The children excitedly asked, But what? But what? Abu Rafi looked playfully at the children and said, You see, Imam Hussain alayhi salam was very intelligent. He chuckled again as the children's eyes grew wide. I would always see him playing and riding on the shoulders of his grandfather Rasulullah, peace be upon him. The Prophet, peace be upon him, would walk proudly with both Imam Hassan alayhi salam and Imam Hussain alayhi salam on his shoulders. When Imam Hussain alayhi salam would see me, he would wave happily at me. I remember thinking, I wish I could have Imam Hussain alayhi salam ride on my shoulders too. Then he paused. One of the children begged, Please continue. Abu Rafi again teased playfully, You really want to know? All the children shouted in unison, Yes, teacher! He continued, Imam Hussain alayhi salam was very good at games, but he was also a very good sport. Many times, while we were playing the game of stones, he would let my rock hit his rock, so that I could win and he would have to give me a piggyback ride. But whenever this happened, I'd remember how he rode on the shoulders of the Prophet, peace be upon him. I would think, how can I ride on the shoulders of someone who has ridden on the shoulders of Rasulullah, peace be upon him? Instead, I would insist that he ride on my shoulders, since that he was the true prize in my eyes. Abu Rafi continued, Then when he would hit my stone, before he could say anything, I would already be kneeling, ready for him to climb onto my shoulders. Realizing what an honor it was to be just like the Prophet, peace be upon him, I'd proudly smile as Imam Hussain alayhi salam would ride on my shoulders. You might be wondering how I managed to carry Imam Hussain alayhi salam on my shoulders so many times. That's the miracle. He paused. Maybe I'll continue this tomorrow. The students begged. No, please continue. Abu Rafi smiled and continued, You see, when Imam Hussain alayhi salam climbed onto my shoulders, he was almost weightless. I felt like there was nothing on my shoulders, and in return, Imam Hussain alayhi salam would hug me and be kind to me. This happened many times, and to this day, it is one of my favorite childhood memories. The children all giggled when they heard the story. The sunlight from the morning was now shining brightly through the window and upon the classroom. Abu Rafi again looked towards the children and picked up his Quran, kissed it, and said, All right, children, it is time to begin our Quran class. As our adventure with the best playmate ends, we've played and learned with Imam Hussain alayhi salam. He showed us that kindness and friendship make life extra special, just like him. Be a wonderful playmate and a source of joy to others. Until our next exciting journey, keep these playful memories in your heart. Good night, young friends. Dream of fun and kindness.